Change does not occur by chance. It is created by intention. Every meaningful reinvention starts with a single choice, the choice to stop living the same way. Perhaps you have felt stuck lately. Perhaps your routines have become dull, your energy has faded, or you simply sense that you are capable of far more than the life you are currently living. The truth is, you do not need an entire year to transform your circumstances. You do not need to wait for the perfect moment. What you need are 30 focused days. 30 days of deliberate, consistent action to completely redirect the course of your life. In this audiobook, we will build a clear, step-by-step plan to reinvent yourself from the inside out. Over the next 15 chapters, you will discover how to define the person you want to become, remove what has been holding you back, cultivate powerful habits, and take courageous action even when it feels uncomfortable. Each chapter is carefully designed to move you one step closer to the version of yourself you know you can become. This journey will challenge you. It will stretch you. Yet, if you commit fully, by the end of these 30 days, you will not only notice changes in your habits, confidence, and mindset, you will see an entirely new future unfolding before you. You do not have to wait for tomorrow or next week or next year. The time to reinvent your life is now. Take a deep breath, clear your mind, and prepare yourself. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Decide who you want to become. Every great transformation begins with a single, powerful question. Who do you truly want to become? Before you change your habits, before you establish new routines, before you set even one goal, you must gain absolute clarity about the kind of person you are striving to be. Without that clarity, you will spend your life chasing scattered pursuits, busy yet never fulfilled. You will wake each morning working hard, but without a defined direction. It will feel like running on a treadmill, draining, relentless, and leading nowhere. Pause and consider this. Most people never take the time to define their ideal self. They drift through life molded by the expectations of others, their family, their friends, society. They accept jobs they do not love, settle for relationships that do not inspire them, and tolerate habits that gradually drain their energy. Reinvention begins the moment you step back and say, "Wait, this is my life. I choose who I become." Start by envisioning your best future self, 30 days, 6 months, even 5 years from now. What does that version of you look like? How do they think? How do they treat others? How do they show up every single day? Be specific. Perhaps your future self remains calm under pressure, confident in every room they enter, financially secure and energized. Or perhaps your vision centers on freedom, living on your own terms, creating work you love, and surrounding yourself with people who elevate you. There are no wrong answers as long as they are truly yours. Now write it down. Do not simply reflect on it. Put it on paper. When your vision is visible before you, it becomes tangible. Write a simple declaration. I am becoming a person who. Then describe that version of yourself with clarity and detail. This is not about perfection, it is about direction. Here's why this matters. When you know who you intend to become, every decision becomes clearer. Choices no longer feel random. You begin to ask, does this move me closer to my vision or farther away? That single question can guide your actions every day for the next 30 days. Your mission is to align your behavior with the vision of your future self. You do not need to transform everything overnight. You only need to begin making small, consistent choices that reflect who you want to be. If your vision is health, start with one simple habit. Drink more water or take a daily walk. If your vision is financial freedom, begin tracking your spending or learning about money management. These small steps, practiced consistently, build momentum. So pause now and reflect deeply. Who do you want to become? This decision forms the foundation of your reinvention. Choose today and allow that choice to shape every day that follows. Your new life begins with the identity you decide to step into.
Chapter 2. Clear the clutter blocking your growth. Before you can build the life you envision, you must remove what stands in your way. Imagine planting a beautiful garden in soil crowded with weeds, stones, and debris. No matter how strong the seeds, they will not flourish. Your life is no different. If you fail to clear the clutter, mental, physical, and emotional, you will continue to struggle for progress. Most people attempt to reinvent themselves by adding more habits, more routines, more goals. Yet often the true breakthrough comes through subtraction, through releasing what no longer serves you. Consider the weight you may be carrying right now. Old fears, toxic relationships, lingering regrets, unfinished projects, endless commitments. Each one is like a heavy backpack you have been carrying for years. It is no surprise you feel exhausted before you even begin. Start with your environment. Look around the space where you spend most of your time, your bedroom, your desk, your car. Cluttered spaces create cluttered minds. When your surroundings are chaotic, it becomes harder to think clearly and stay motivated. Set aside 1 hour today to clear a single area. Discard what you no longer need. Donate what could benefit someone else. Create room for your future self to breathe. A clean space sends a clear message to your mind. I am serious about this new chapter. Next, clear the digital clutter. Your phone and computer are likely overflowing with unnecessary apps, files, and notifications. These constant interruptions quietly drain your focus and energy. Turn off non-essential notifications. Unsubscribe from emails you never open. Organize your digital files so what you need is easy to access. It may seem minor, but every bit of mental energy you reclaim matters. Now consider the deeper clutter, the emotional weight you cannot see yet feel most heavily. Perhaps it is a draining relationship. Perhaps it is resentment you have carried for years. Perhaps it is guilt over past mistakes. Emotional baggage anchors you to the past. It's like trying to run forward while chained to a wall. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful ways to clear emotional clutter. Forgiveness does not mean what happened was acceptable. It means you refuse to let it control you any longer. And often, the person who needs forgiveness most is you. Reflect on your mistakes, the missed opportunities, the moments you fell short. Acknowledge them, learn from them, then release them. You cannot reinvent your life while holding tightly to an outdated version of yourself. There is also clutter in your schedule, commitments that consume your time without adding real value. For the next 30 days, practice saying no more often. Guard your time as if it were gold, because it is. Look at your calendar and ask, does this align with the person I want to become? If the answer is no, let it go or delegate it. Reclaiming even a few hours each week will give you the energy to focus on what truly matters. Clearing is not always comfortable. You may feel resistance. Some of what you must release feels familiar, even if it harms you. It's like holding on to a worn-out pair of shoes. They no longer fit, yet they feel safe. Remember this: every time you let go of something that no longer serves you, you create space for something better. By the end of today, choose one physical space, one digital area, and one emotional burden to clear. Begin small. Clean your desk, remove distracting apps, or have an honest conversation. These simple acts will create a ripple effect. Reinvention is not only about what you add to your life, it's equally about what you remove. When you clear the clutter, you open space for clarity, energy, and growth. Imagine entering the next 30 days feeling lighter, freer, and fully aligned with your vision. That's the power of clearing the clutter. The freedom to move forward without unnecessary weight.
Chapter 3. Your future self is waiting. Clear the path so you can finally meet them. You can clear the clutter, set inspiring goals, and design the perfect plan, but if your mind is not aligned, none of it will endure. True reinvention begins in your thoughts. The way you think shapes the way you act, and the way you act shapes the life you create. If you want to transform your life, you must first transform the way you see yourself and the world around you. Think of your mind as the engine of a car. If the engine is weak or damaged, the car will not move, no matter how polished the exterior appears. The same is true for you. You can improve your habits, refine your routines, and even change your appearance, but if your mindset remains clouded by self-doubt, fear, and negativity, you will remain exactly where you are. Most people underestimate the power of their thoughts. A single negative thought, repeated often enough, becomes a belief, and that belief begins to direct your decisions. If you continually tell yourself, "I'll never be disciplined," your mind will search for evidence to confirm it. You will skip workouts, delay important tasks, and then conclude, "See, I knew I couldn't do it." In this way, your beliefs and actions reinforce one another in a destructive cycle. But here is the empowering truth. Just as negative thoughts create negative cycles, positive and strengthening thoughts create new constructive ones. You have the ability to train your mind to support you rather than sabotage you. It will not happen instantly, but with steady practice, you can replace limiting beliefs with ones that encourage growth. Begin by observing your self-talk, the quiet dialogue constantly running in your mind. Notice the words you use when thinking about yourself. Are they supportive or harsh? Do they focus on possibility or limitation? Over the next few days, listen carefully. When you catch yourself thinking, "I can't handle this," pause and reframe it. Instead, say, "I am learning to handle this." It may sound simple, but these subtle shifts in language gradually reshape your thinking. Visualization is another powerful tool for strengthening your mindset. Spend a few minutes each morning imagining your future self, the person you are becoming. See yourself living the life you desire, feeling confident, strong, and capable. Picture the details. What you are wearing, where you are, who surrounds you, how you feel. Your mind does not fully distinguish between reality and vividly imagined experience. The clearer your vision, the more your brain begins to accept it as attainable. And when your mind believes, your actions follow. Mindset also determines how you interpret challenges. Many people view obstacles as evidence of failure. They encounter difficulty and think, "Maybe I'm not meant for this." But those who successfully reinvent themselves see challenges as part of the journey. Every struggle becomes a test, an opportunity to grow stronger. When something goes wrong, instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" That simple shift transforms setbacks into stepping stones.
One of the most powerful beliefs you can adopt is this: you are not your past. Your mistakes, your failures, even your present circumstances do not define you. They are chapters in your story, not the entire book. Your future is being written now through the choices you make today. If you cling to an identity shaped by who you used to be, you will continue repeating old patterns. But when you choose to step into a new identity, everything begins to change. For the next 30 days, commit to guarding your thoughts. Each morning, set a clear intention for how you want to think and act. Perhaps it is, "Today I choose focus," or "Today I choose courage." Repeat it throughout the day. Over time, these intentions become woven into who you are. Remember, your mindset is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. At first, it may feel uncomfortable or unfamiliar. That is natural. Growth often feels awkward in the beginning. But with consistency, you will begin to notice quiet shifts, greater confidence, deeper resilience, stronger inner resolve. When you cultivate a mindset that supports lasting change, you become unstoppable. The world may present challenges, but you will possess the inner strength to rise above them. Your thoughts will no longer work against you, they will become your greatest ally. And when your mind is aligned with your vision, there is no limit to what you can create.
Chapter 4. Now that you have decided who you want to become, cleared the clutter, and begun shaping the right mindset, it is time to translate everything into a clear, practical plan. Here's the truth: dreams without structure quickly fade. You may feel inspired for a day, perhaps even a week, but without a blueprint to guide you, life will quietly pull you back into familiar routines. That is why this chapter is about turning intention into action, designing a 30-day reinvention blueprint that moves you forward step by step. Think of this plan as a map. If you were driving across the country, you would not simply start the car and hope to arrive at the right destination. You would know where you are headed, which route to take, and the stops along the way. Reinventing your life works the same way. You need direction, you need clarity, and you need small daily actions that build towards something greater. Begin by dividing your 30 days into 4 weeks, each with a clear focus. Week 1 might center on building energy and strengthening discipline. Week 2 could focus on developing new skills or replacing old habits. Week 3 might involve taking bolder actions, steps that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. And Week 4 could emphasize reinforcing consistency so that changes last well beyond these 30 days. When you structure it this way, the journey feels achievable rather than overwhelming. Next, identify 3 to 5 daily habits or actions that directly support the person you want to become. Keep them realistic enough to sustain. For example, if your aim is better health, your daily actions might include drinking enough water, exercising for 20 minutes, and preparing one healthy meal. If your goal is financial growth, perhaps you track your spending, read for 10 minutes about money management, and seek one new income opportunity each day. The key is consistency. Small actions, repeated daily, produce meaningful results over time. Now, remember this: do not overload yourself. One of the most common mistakes in personal change is attempting too much at once. Waking at 5 a.m., starting a strict diet, running 5 miles, reading 3 books, meditating, and launching a business all in the same week. By the 3rd day, exhaustion sets in and motivation disappears. Your blueprint should stretch you, but it should not overwhelm you. Progress thrives on steadiness, not burnout. Include reflection time in your plan. Every few days, set aside 10 minutes to ask yourself, what is working? What is not? How do I feel about my progress?
This practice keeps you aware and allows adjustments along the way. Your blueprint is a guide, not a cage. You are free to refine it as needed. Visualization can also strengthen your approach. Each morning before beginning your daily actions, pause for a moment. Close your eyes and see yourself completing them successfully. Picture finishing the workout, resisting distractions, or advancing toward a personal goal. When you visualize success, your mind grows accustomed to it, and your actions begin to align naturally. Finally, choose one bold action for each week, something that challenges you and propels you forward. It might be contacting a mentor, enrolling in a course, starting a side project, or initiating a difficult conversation you have postponed. Bold actions cultivate confidence and accelerate transformation. By the end of this chapter, you should have a simple, focused plan for the next 30 days, your reinvention blueprint. Not an overwhelming list of impossible demands, but a clear structure with daily habits, weekly themes, reflection time, and bold steps that stretch you. Reinvention does not occur by chance. It happens because you choose your destination, design the steps, and commit to showing up each day to follow them. This is your map. This is your blueprint. Stay committed to it, and the next 30 days could change everything.
Chapter 5. Transform your morning, transform your life. If you win the morning, you win the day. It truly is that simple. The way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows, yet most people wake up rushed, distracted, and already feeling behind. They reach for their phones before even leaving the bed, scroll through notifications, and immediately begin reacting to other people's demands. By the time they finally sit down to focus on their own goals, much of their energy has already been drained. Here is the truth. Your morning is the one part of the day you can fully control before the world begins pulling at you, before the emails arrive and the messages start coming in. You are given a window of time that belongs entirely to you, and how you choose to use that time shapes not only the quality of your day, but over time, the quality of your life. Creating a powerful morning routine does not require waking at 4 a.m. or following a rigid, complicated system. It means designing a routine that fits you and aligns with the person you intend to become. The key is consistency. Even 30 intentional minutes each morning can create remarkable change when used wisely. Begin with your mindset. When you wake, your mind is like soft clay, ready to be molded. If you start the day with stress or negative thoughts, that energy will flow into everything you do. Instead of immediately checking your phone, spend a few quiet minutes in reflection. Sit in silence, practice gratitude, or repeat a simple intention such as, "Today I choose focus and growth." These calm moments center you and establish a powerful tone for the hours ahead. Next, move your body. It does not need to be an intense workout. 5 or 10 minutes of stretching, walking, or light exercise is enough to awaken your system and elevate your energy. Early movement signals to your brain that it is time to be alert and engaged. And when you care for your body first, you are less likely to neglect it later when the day becomes busy. Another essential element is planning before the day unfolds. Too many people move through their hours reacting to whatever appears, rather than directing their attention where it matters most. Each morning, take a few minutes to review your priorities. Ask yourself, what are the 3 most important things I need to accomplish today? Write them down. If you complete those 3 tasks, regardless of what happens else, you will end the day feeling productive and in control. It is also powerful to include something that nourishes your mind and spirit. This might mean reading a few pages of a meaningful book, listening to a motivational audiobook, journaling your thoughts, or stepping outside briefly to connect with nature.
These simple practices remind you that life extends beyond today's responsibilities and allow you to begin with purpose. Here is a straightforward structure to follow. 10 minutes of mindset work, 10 minutes of movement, and 10 minutes of planning or learning. That's it. 30 minutes to transform how you experience your day. If you have more time, that's wonderful. If not, even 15 consistent minutes can make a profound difference. The hardest part of building a morning routine isn't the routine itself, it's getting out of bed. When the alarm sounds, your mind will urge you to press snooze. This is where discipline matters. Remind yourself why you are doing this. You are not merely waking early, you are taking ownership of your life. You are proving to your future self that your reinvention is serious. During the first few days, it may feel uncomfortable. You may feel tired or tempted to skip it. Stay committed. Within a week or two, your body will adjust, and you will begin to look forward to that calm, powerful start. Mornings are not simply about habits, they are about identity. Each morning, you cast a vote for the person you are becoming. Are you drifting through life on autopilot, or rising each day with intention and purpose? Transform your morning, and you transform your life. It all begins with how you choose to greet the day. Start strong, and the rest will follow.
Chapter 6. Strengthen self-discipline through small daily wins. Self-discipline is the bridge between who you are today and who you are becoming. It is the quiet strength that turns intention into reality. Without it, your goals remain distant ideas, never fully formed in the real world. With it, you can create anything: a strong body, a successful career, a meaningful life. Yet many people misunderstand discipline. They see it as rigid and burdensome, filled with strict rules, constant sacrifice, and exhausting routines. It is no surprise that they quit after only a few days. True discipline is not about punishing yourself. It is about being reliable with yourself. It is about showing up each day, even briefly, and honoring the commitments you make. The foundation of discipline is starting small. Imagine lifting weights. If you walk into a gym and attempt the heaviest weight on your first day, you will strain yourself and likely never return. But if you begin with something manageable and increase it gradually, you grow stronger week after week. Discipline develops the same way. You do not need to transform your entire life overnight. You need small, achievable wins that accumulate over time. Choose one simple habit to begin. It might be drinking more water, reading for 10 minutes, or walking for 15 minutes each day. Make it so attainable that failure is unlikely. Your mind may resist, telling you it is too easy or insignificant. Ignore that voice. The goal is not to impress anyone. The goal is to prove to yourself that you follow through. Each time you complete that small habit, you send a powerful message to your mind. I keep my promises. I am dependable. Over time, this builds self-respect, and self-respect strengthens discipline more than anything else. When you value yourself, you do not want to disappoint yourself. You become your own coach, your own source of motivation, your own supporter. Another essential element of discipline is reducing temptation. Consistency becomes easier when your environment supports your goals. If you want to eat healthier, remove junk food from your home. If you want to focus on work, silence notifications and place your phone in another room. Willpower has limits, but your environment carries influence. Arrange it in a way that makes wise choices the natural ones. Discipline also grows when you acknowledge small victories. Too often, we wait to celebrate until we reach a major milestone, losing 20 pounds or completing a large project. By then, motivation may have faded. Instead, recognize every step forward. Did you complete your habit today? Affirm it. Even a simple "yes, I did" creates positive reinforcement.
Your mind responds to reward, and those small acknowledgments keep you progressing. Remember, discipline is not perfection. There will be days when you falter, when you miss a habit or face unexpected challenges. That's part of the process. What matters most is how quickly you return. Do not allow one difficult day to become a difficult week. Forgive yourself, learn from it, and recommit. Each time you recover, your discipline becomes stronger. As this skill develops, you'll notice something remarkable. The focus you apply to one habit begins to influence other areas of your life. You may start with a daily walk and soon find yourself eating better without effort. You may commit to saving a small amount each week and discover renewed concentration at work. Discipline in one area creates momentum everywhere. By the end of these 30 days, your aim is not perfection, it's consistency. Small daily wins repeated again and again create transformation. Discipline is not built through dramatic gestures. It is formed in quiet moments when no one is watching, when you choose what is right over what is easy. Begin small. Win today, then win again tomorrow. Before long, you will have developed a level of self-discipline that makes reinvention not only possible, but inevitable.
Chapter 7. Break free from the habits that hold you back. You cannot step into a new life while holding on to the habits of the old one. It is like trying to run a race while dragging a heavy anchor behind you. No matter how hard you push forward, those familiar patterns will keep pulling you back. If you truly want to reinvent yourself, you must recognize and release the habits that quietly undermine your progress. Here is the challenge. Destructive habits rarely demand attention. Often they are subtle. They blend into your routine, disguised as normal behavior. Scrolling on your phone for hours each night. Pressing the snooze button repeatedly. Spending money on things you do not need. Doubting yourself before you even begin. In the moment, these habits may seem insignificant, but over time they shape the direction of your life. The first step toward freedom is awareness. You cannot change what you fail to notice. Over the next few days, observe your actions closely. Identify the patterns that repeat. Ask yourself, does this habit move me closer to the person I want to become or farther away? Be completely honest. If a habit does not support your growth, it is limiting you, no matter how comfortable or familiar it feels. Once you identify a habit you want to change, do not rely solely on willpower to eliminate it. That approach rarely lasts. Instead, replace it with something constructive. Habits are like vines. When you remove one, you must plant another in its place, or the old one will return. If you want to stop late-night snacking, fill that time with a calming ritual, such as reading or stretching. If you are determined to stop hitting snooze, place your alarm across the room so you must stand up and begin a morning routine you enjoy. Another effective strategy is to address your triggers. Most habits are connected to specific cues, a certain time, emotion, or environment. Perhaps you overeat when stressed or spend hours on social media when bored. When you recognize the trigger, you gain control. You can pause before reacting. That pause is powerful. It is the moment your future self steps forward and makes a deliberate choice. Your environment also plays a critical role. If you want to break a habit, make it less convenient. Remove distracting apps or log out of accounts to reduce mindless scrolling. Avoid keeping junk food at home if you're aiming to eat healthier. The fewer temptations you encounter, the more energy you can devote to building the life you desire. Breaking old habits is not only about eliminating negative behaviors, it's about reshaping your identity. Each time you choose differently, you affirm, "I am no longer that person. I am becoming someone new." This shift in identity is what allows change to endure. You are not merely someone who avoids smoking, you are a healthy person. You are not just someone who runs, you are an athlete. The more you reinforce this identity, the stronger it becomes. There will be setbacks. Some days the old habit will reappear. Do not let one lapse erase your progress. A single mistake does not define your journey. Consider how a child learns to walk. When they fall, they do not conclude that walking is impossible. They stand up and try again. You must do the same. Every time you rise after a setback, you weaken the old habit and strengthen the new one. During these 30 days, focus on breaking just 1 or 2 significant habits. Resist the urge to change everything at once. Master those, and your confidence will grow, preparing you to confront the next challenge. Each habit you release is like cutting a chain that has held you back. With every chain removed, you move more freely toward the life you envision. Letting go of destructive habits is not easy, but it is essential. Once you release what has been weighing you down, you gain the energy, clarity, and freedom to become the person you have always known you could be. This is where true reinvention begins, not only by adding new habits, but by courageously releasing the old ones.
Chapter 8. Recharge your energy by caring for your body. If you want to reinvent your life, you need energy, an abundance of it. Without energy, even the strongest plan will collapse. You may have clear goals, empowering habits, and a resilient mindset, but if you wake each morning feeling depleted, it is like attempting to run a marathon with an empty tank. Your body is the foundation of everything you pursue. Neglect it, and eventually it will slow you down, no matter how determined you may be. Think about the moments when you have felt utterly exhausted. How did you show up for your work, your relationships, your aspirations when you were running on empty? Even simple tasks felt overwhelming. Irritability surfaced. Procrastination increased. Decisions were made that you later regretted. Yet, when you feel energized, your entire experience shifts. Your thinking sharpens. Your patience deepens. You move through the day with strength and assurance. The encouraging truth is that you do not need a complicated fitness regimen or a flawless diet to restore your energy. Small, intentional adjustments can create profound change, and they are far easier to sustain. Begin with sleep. Many treat sleep as a luxury, something reserved for when time permits. But sleep is not a luxury, it is essential. Aim for 7 to 8 hours each night. Establish a simple bedtime routine that signals your body to unwind. Dim the lights, put away screens, and engage in something calming, such as reading or journaling. Restful sleep is the ultimate reset for both body and mind. Next, prioritize movement. Your body was designed for motion, yet modern life often keeps you seated for hours. You do not need to run marathons or spend 2 hours at the gym. Even 20 to 30 minutes of daily movement can significantly elevate your energy. A brisk walk, body weight exercises, stretching, or even dancing in your living room can make a difference. The specific activity matters less than the consistency. Movement sends a message to your brain that it is time to be alert and fully engaged. Now consider nutrition. The food you consume is the fuel that powers your body. If you consistently rely on processed foods, sugary snacks, and endless cups of coffee, you invite energy crashes, mood swings, and fatigue. There is no need for an extreme diet. Start simply. Drink more water. Incorporate more whole foods, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and reduce excess sugar. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel. If you listen carefully, your body will guide you. Breathing and stress management are often overlooked. Under stress, breathing becomes shallow, signaling danger to your body even when none exists. Take a few moments each day to pause and reset. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, then exhale for 6 counts. Repeat several times. This simple practice can lower stress and restore energy almost immediately. Caring for your body also means establishing boundaries. If you constantly overcommit, saying yes to everyone and everything, you will burn out regardless of how well you sleep or exercise. Safeguard your time and energy. It is acceptable to say no. In fact, every no to something draining becomes a yes to your reinvention. Throughout these 30 days, observe how your body responds. Energy is feedback. If you feel fatigued, do not simply push through. Ask why. Perhaps you need more rest, improved nutrition, or a brief pause. Reinvention is not about punishing your body. It's about working in partnership with it. When you care for your body, you build a stable foundation for every other area of your life. Imagine waking each morning refreshed, energized, and prepared to meet the day. Imagine moving with vitality instead of heaviness. That level of energy doesn't appear by chance. It is created one choice at a time. Your body is your greatest instrument for reinvention. Treat it with respect, and it will carry you farther than you ever thought possible. Begin today with simple steps. Drink more water. Take a walk. Turn off the lights a little earlier tonight. These small decisions will compound, providing the strength and vitality you need to build the life you envision.
Chapter 9. Take bold action even when you're afraid. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles to reinvention. It appears the moment you attempt something new, uncertain, or outside your comfort zone. Fear whispers, "What if you fail? What if you embarrass yourself? What if it doesn't work out?" Too often, we listen. We freeze. We play it safe. We cling to the familiar, even when it isn't what we truly want. Here's the truth. Fear isn't your enemy. Fear is a signal that you're moving in the right direction. It shows up not because you're weak, but because you're standing at the edge of growth. Think about it. The moments that shaped you the most were probably the ones that scared you the most. The first time you spoke up, your voice trembling. The first step you took toward a dream, even when you felt unprepared. Fear has always been present where transformation begins. The problem isn't fear itself. It's waiting for it to vanish before you act. It won't. If you wait until you feel completely ready, perfectly confident, or fearless, you'll wait forever. Those who change their lives aren't fearless. They act despite fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the choice to move forward while fear is still there. So, how do you do this? Start by reframing fear. Instead of seeing it as a stop sign, treat it as a green light. Fear means you are on the edge of something meaningful. When nerves surge before a decision, remind yourself, this matters. That's why I'm scared, and that's exactly why I need to do it. Fear becomes fuel when you interpret it this way. Next, take small but bold actions. Bold doesn't always mean dramatic. It doesn't require quitting your job tomorrow or upending your life overnight. It can be as simple as speaking up in a meeting, reaching out to someone you admire, or setting a boundary you've been avoiding. What matters is that it stretches you. The more often you take these small leaps, the more your brain learns to see fear as an invitation, not a threat. Preparation can also reduce fear. Often we fear not the action itself, but being unprepared. Practice a presentation multiple times. Plan the words for a difficult conversation. Preparation builds confidence, and confidence makes bold action easier. But remember, preparation is not perfection. At some point, you must stop planning and start doing. Another powerful strategy is to focus on the outcome, not the fear. Close your eyes and imagine how you will feel after taking the leap, the relief, the pride, the growth. Hold on to that vision whenever fear tries to hold you back. Fear looks enormous in the moment, but it usually fades the instant you act. It's like standing at the edge of a cold pool. The hardest part is jumping in. Fear often disguises itself as logic. It urges you to wait for the right timing, gather more information, or think about it a bit longer. These are just excuses dressed up as smart decisions. Deep down, you usually know when fear is speaking. Be honest with yourself. If fear is the only thing standing between you and your next step, it's time to act. During these 30 days, commit to one bold action each week, just one. It could be that conversation you've been avoiding, sharing your work publicly, or starting the project you've been dreaming about. Write it down, commit, follow through. Each bold action builds confidence and proves that fear does not control you, you do. Remember, fear will always be part of the journey. It will never fully disappear, and that's okay. The goal is not to eliminate it, but to walk alongside it, to feel it, and to act anyway. On the other side of fear lies growth, freedom, and the life you've been longing for. Bold action is the heartbeat of reinvention. Every time you push past fear, you grow stronger, braver, and closer to the person you are meant to become. Don't wait for courage to appear. Create it through action. Step forward today, even if your knees shake, and prove to yourself that you are stronger than your fear.
Chapter 10. Build unshakable confidence in yourself. Confidence is one of the most powerful tools on your journey of reinvention. It's the quiet strength that pushes you to take action, face challenges, and keep moving forward when the path gets difficult. Without confidence, even the best opportunities can slip through your fingers because you doubt yourself before you even try. With confidence, you become unstoppable. You don't need everything to be perfect. You trust yourself to figure it out along the way. Here's a common misconception. Many people believe confidence is something you either have or you don't. That confident people were simply born that way, naturally blessed with charisma or talent. That's not true. Confidence is not a fixed trait. It's a skill, one you can develop step by step, like a muscle. And like any muscle, the more you train it, the stronger it becomes. The first step to building unshakable confidence is keeping the promises you make to yourself. Consider this. If a friend constantly broke their word, would you trust them? Of course not. The same principle applies internally. Every time you tell yourself you will do something and then don't, you chip away at your own self-trust. Over time, this creates doubt and insecurity. But when you follow through, even on small commitments, you send a powerful message to yourself. I can rely on me. Start with tiny promises, waking up on time, completing one simple task each day. These small victories accumulate and lay the foundation of genuine confidence. Next, remember that confidence doesn't come from avoiding failure. It comes from facing it. Too many people wait until they feel perfectly ready before taking action. But readiness is an illusion. You will never feel completely prepared, and that's okay. The most confident people didn't start out confident. They built courage by stepping into situations that scared them, learning through experience, and proving to themselves they could handle discomfort. Every time you confront fear, you expand your comfort zone. Preparation is another powerful way to strengthen confidence. Think of a time you had to give a presentation or attend an interview. Walking in unprepared likely left you nervous and uncertain. But if you practiced, planned, and visualized success, you probably felt calm and capable. Preparation doesn't erase fear, but it reduces it dramatically. When you feel in control, confidence follows. Confidence also grows through your self-talk. Your inner dialogue shapes how you see yourself and what you believe is possible.
If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," your brain will find ways to prove it right. But if you speak to yourself with encouragement, you create a different reality. Each morning, try looking in the mirror and stating 3 things you're proud of and 3 things you're working toward. It may feel awkward at first, but over time, these affirmations rewire your thinking and strengthen self-belief. The people around you matter too. Negative, critical voices drain confidence. Supportive, uplifting people reinforce it. Choose your circle carefully. Sometimes building confidence means setting boundaries or even stepping away from relationships that undermine you. Finally, understand that confidence is not perfection. It's embracing imperfection and moving forward anyway. True confidence doesn't come from never making mistakes. It comes from trusting that even if you fail, you will get back up and try again. It's the deep assurance that no matter what happens, you can handle it. For the next 30 days, commit to one small daily action that builds confidence. Speak up in a meeting, try a new skill, or practice a habit you've been avoiding. Each day you show up for yourself, you stack another brick in the foundation of your self-belief. Confidence grows slowly like the sunrise until one day you look in the mirror and realize you've become someone who doesn't just hope, you know you can handle whatever life throws your way. And when you reach that point, there is nothing you cannot achieve.
Chapter 11. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher. No matter how strong or determined you are, you cannot reinvent your life in isolation. The people around you play a powerful role in your growth, often more than you realize. Your environment is like invisible hands, either pushing you forward or quietly holding you back. Surround yourself with negative, unmotivated, or toxic individuals, and you'll constantly feel drained and stuck. Surround yourself with supportive, uplifting people, and you'll naturally rise to a higher level. There's a truth you've likely heard before. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Reflect on that. Look at your closest relationships, friends, family, co-workers. Do they encourage your growth, or do they keep you comfortable in the same place? Do they celebrate your progress, or do they secretly resent it? These questions may feel uncomfortable, but they're necessary. Your relationships either align with your vision or compete against it. On a journey of reinvention, not everyone will understand. Some will cheer you on, while others may resist your growth. This isn't always because they dislike you. Often your progress mirrors their own stagnation. It forces them to confront the fact that they could be doing more with their lives, and that can feel threatening. Instead of supporting you, they might criticize, make jokes about your efforts, or try to pull you back down to their level. Here's the key. You can love people without letting them control your future. If someone's energy consistently drags you down, it's okay to create distance. You don't need to cut everyone out dramatically, but you can limit exposure. Think of it as protecting a wound while it heals. During these 30 days of reinvention, intentionally surround yourself with voices that encourage growth, not tear you down. Seek out people who embody the qualities you want to develop. Want to be more disciplined? Find someone who consistently shows up and gets things done. Want to build confidence? Spend time with people who radiate courage and self-belief. Simply being around their energy begins to influence you positively. This could be a mentor, a supportive friend, or even an online community of like-minded individuals. Sometimes those who lift you higher aren't in your immediate circle yet. That's okay. You can still connect with their ideas and mindset through books, podcasts, and audiobooks. Reading the words of great thinkers or listening to inspiring voices can feel like they're speaking to you directly. Over time, their influence becomes part of your inner circle. You are training your mind to adopt the thoughts and habits of extraordinary people, even without meeting them in person.
It's equally important to become someone who lifts others higher. Relationships are a two-way street. Offer encouragement when others take risks. Celebrate their progress without jealousy. Be the friend or mentor you wish you had. By giving genuine support, you naturally create deeper, more meaningful connections. You'll also need to practice setting boundaries. This isn't about being cold or harsh, it's about clarity. If someone consistently brings negativity, drama, or criticism, calmly limit the time and energy you invest. Boundaries aren't punishment, they're protection. You're safeguarding the version of yourself you're working so hard to create. During these 30 days, examine your relationships and make a simple list of 3 groups: those who lift you up, those who keep you stuck, and those who drag you down. Spend more time with the first group, be cautious with the second, and limit the influence of the third. Even small shifts in your social circle can have a massive impact on your mindset and motivation. Remember, you don't have to walk this path alone. Growth is easier with people who believe in you, challenge you, and remind you of your potential. Surround yourself with those who light a fire within you, and watch how quickly your life begins to change. When you rise, you'll inspire others to rise as well. Together, you'll create a ripple effect of transformation that extends far beyond these 30 days.
Chapter 12. Create systems that make success automatic. Motivation is powerful, but it's unreliable. You've probably felt this yourself. One day you wake up fired up, ready to conquer the world, and the next day that fire is gone and everything feels like a struggle. If you rely solely on motivation to carry you through these 30 days and beyond, you'll get stuck in a cycle of starting strong and then losing steam. The secret to lasting success isn't more motivation, it's building systems that keep you moving forward even on the days you don't feel like it. Think of a system as a structure that supports you, like rails that keep a train moving in the right direction. With the right systems in place, progress becomes automatic. You don't have to debate every morning about whether you'll work on your goals. The system decides for you. For example, if your goal is to exercise regularly, relying on motivation might have you waking up thinking, "Do I feel like working out today?" Most of the time, the answer is no. But if you create a system, laying out your workout clothes the night before, scheduling exercise at the same time every day, and having a friend hold you accountable, you remove the need for that daily decision. You follow the plan as automatically as brushing your teeth or making coffee. The key to designing powerful systems is to focus on the process, not just the outcome. Many people obsess over results, losing 10 pounds, saving a specific amount of money, or completing a big project. Results are important, but they take time. If you only focus on the end goal, slow progress can discourage you. A system keeps your attention on what you can control today. Instead of obsessing over losing 10 pounds, your system might be eating a healthy breakfast, exercising for 20 minutes, and tracking your meals. Follow the system, and the results will follow naturally. Simplicity is critical. If a system is too complicated, you won't stick with it. Start with small, clear steps. Think of building a bridge one plank at a time. For instance, if you want to become more productive, your system might include a 10-minute planning session each morning, working in focused 45-minute blocks, and ending your day by writing down tomorrow's top 3 tasks. Habits and systems go hand in hand. A habit is an action you repeat automatically. A system is the structure that supports that habit. For example, your habit might be journaling for 5 minutes each morning. Your system could be leaving your journal on your nightstand, so it's the first thing you see when you wake up. The easier you make the desired action, the more likely you are to follow through. Accountability strengthens systems. When someone else knows your goals and checks in on your progress, you're far more likely to stay consistent. This could be a friend, a mentor, or even an online community. External pressure helps you stay on track when internal motivation dips.
Here's a simple framework to build any system. Trigger, action, reward. Trigger, something that reminds you to start. Action, the action itself. Reward, something that reinforces the behavior so you want to repeat it. For example, if your goal is to meditate each morning, your trigger could be making coffee. The action is sitting down to meditate for 5 minutes. The reward could be enjoying your coffee afterward, linking pleasure to the habit. Over time, this loop becomes automatic. During these 30 days, focus on creating 1 or 2 core systems that will support your reinvention. It might be a morning routine that fuels your mindset, a meal prep system to keep you eating healthy, or a budgeting system that helps you save money. Start small and build gradually. Once a system is in place, it runs in the background, freeing your energy for bigger decisions and bold actions. The beauty of systems is that they work even when you don't feel like it. They carry you through tough days, tired days, and unmotivated days. With the right systems, success stops being something you chase and becomes something you live. You'll find yourself moving naturally toward the life you envision, step by step, day by day. Don't wait for motivation to show up. Build systems that make progress inevitable, and watch how they quietly transform your life. This is how reinvention becomes not just a 30-day challenge, but a sustainable way of living.
Chapter 13. Track your progress and adjust quickly. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to reinvent their lives is charging forward without stopping to measure where they are. They work hard, take daily action, and hope it's leading them in the right direction. But hope alone isn't a strategy. Lasting change requires tracking your progress, seeing what's working, what's not, and making quick adjustments before small problems turn into big setbacks. Think of it like sailing a boat. If you're off course by just a few degrees and don't check your direction, you could end up miles away from your destination. But if you pause regularly, adjust the sails, and correct your path, you'll reach your goal. Your 30-day reinvention journey works the same way. The daily actions you take are like setting the sails, and tracking your progress keeps you on course. The first step is defining what success looks like for you. You can't measure progress if you don't know what you're aiming for. Revisit the vision from Chapter 1, the version of yourself you want to become, and break it into specific, measurable indicators. For example, health, exercising 5 days a week, improving energy levels. Finance, saving a specific amount or reducing debt by a set percentage. Clear goals make progress visible. Next, decide how you'll track your progress daily or weekly. This doesn't have to be complicated. A simple notebook, digital app, or calendar with check marks can work wonders. The goal isn't a fancy system, it's visual proof that you're moving forward. Watching your progress accumulate creates motivation and reinforces the reality of your future self taking shape. At the end of each week, set aside 10 to 15 minutes for reflection. Ask yourself 3 questions. What went well this week? What didn't go as planned? What will I do differently next week? Reflection turns experience into wisdom, helping you spot patterns and make smarter choices. Perhaps you notice you're most productive in the mornings, so you schedule critical tasks earlier. Or maybe a habit isn't delivering results, so you replace it with a more effective action. Small adjustments compound over time, creating massive results. Remember, progress isn't a straight line. Some days you'll feel unstoppable, other days like you're moving backward. That's normal. What matters is showing up consistently and making tiny course corrections. Avoid all or nothing thinking. One slip doesn't erase your progress. Think of it like spilling a little water from a glass. You wouldn't throw out the whole glass. You clean up the spill and keep drinking. Treat your journey the same way. When you slip, don't spiral into guilt. Get back on track as quickly as possible. Accountability amplifies tracking. Share your goals and progress with someone you trust, a friend, mentor, or a group of like-minded people.
Knowing someone will check in adds responsibility and motivation. They may also offer insights you miss, providing an outside perspective to help you adjust and move forward. Finally, celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Progress tracking isn't just about identifying problems, it's about acknowledging growth. Every small improvement deserves recognition. Celebrating reinforces motivation and reminds you why you started. Reinvention is a process of continual learning and adjusting. It's not about perfection, it's about awareness. When you track your progress and respond quickly, your 30-day challenge becomes a system for lifelong growth. You'll stop wandering aimlessly or wasting energy on what doesn't work. Each step will have purpose, and every adjustment will bring you closer to the life you envision. Remember, what you measure grows. Start tracking today, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your progress accelerates.
Chapter 14. Stay consistent. At the start of any journey, motivation feels unstoppable. You're full of energy, excitement, and determination. You imagine how amazing life will be when you reach your goal, and that vision drives you forward. But here's the reality. Motivation doesn't last forever. Some days you'll wake up ready to conquer the world. Other days you'll wake up tired, distracted, and tempted to skip the very habits that are shaping your success. If you don't know how to handle these low-energy moments, you risk falling into a common trap, starting strong, then slowly drifting back into old routines. This is where consistency becomes your greatest ally. Motivation is the spark that lights the fire. Exciting and powerful, yes, but it burns out quickly. Consistency is the wood that keeps the fire going long after the spark fades. If you want to reinvent your life in 30 days and maintain that progress for years, you must rely on consistency, not fleeting bursts of motivation. Lower the bar on tough days. When you feel unmotivated, don't aim for perfection, aim for progress. If you planned a 30-minute workout but feel exhausted, commit to just 10 minutes. If you were going to write a full page in your journal but your mind feels foggy, write a single sentence instead. Even tiny actions keep your habits alive and your identity intact. Each small step reinforces, I am still the kind of person who shows up. This is how habits stick long-term. Anchor your habits to a bigger why. Motivation fades when you focus only on the task itself. Lifting weights or running might feel optional when you're tired, but connecting habits to a deeper purpose, being strong for your family, living longer, proving to yourself you can do hard things, makes it much harder to walk away. On difficult days, remind yourself why you began this 30-day journey. Your why will carry you through moments when discipline feels heavy. Use accountability. Consistency grows when someone else notices your progress. Sharing your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or online community adds responsibility and motivation. You don't need to broadcast everything. Just a simple weekly check-in can make a huge difference. Create structured routines. Habits stick when they're woven into daily routines. Make them automatic, like brushing your teeth or making coffee. Decide in advance when and where your habit will happen. For example, I will meditate for 5 minutes after brushing my teeth in the morning. I will journal right after dinner. Clear, consistent routines remove the mental burden of deciding whether to act, making follow-through effortless. Embrace ordinary progress. Not every day will feel exciting. Some days may feel repetitive or even boring. That's normal. The magic of reinvention isn't in dramatic movie-like moments. It's in the quiet, ordinary days when you keep showing up, even when no one is watching. Success isn't built by doing extraordinary things occasionally. It's built by doing ordinary things consistently over time. Don't fall for all or nothing thinking. You will slip.
Missing a day doesn't mean failure, it means you're human. The real danger is letting one missed day turn into a week or a month. Notice the drift, forgive yourself, and get back on track immediately. A single stumble can't ruin your progress unless you stop walking altogether. As you approach the final stretch of this 30-day journey, remember, motivation may have started your reinvention, but consistency will finish it. Every day you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you cast a vote for the future self you're becoming. Over time, these small, steady votes create an identity that no fleeting spark of motivation ever could. So when excitement fades, keep going. When results seem slow, keep going. When no one notices your effort, keep going. Reinvention doesn't belong to those who start strong. It belongs to those who refuse to quit. One small, consistent action at a time.
Chapter 15. Congratulations! You've spent the last 30 days challenging yourself, building new habits, and creating meaningful changes in your life. That is an achievement worth celebrating. But here's the truth you need to hear. This isn't the finish line. It's only the beginning. Reinvention isn't a one-time event. It's a way of life. The person you are today will one day need to evolve again. If you stop growing, you risk slowly drifting back into old patterns without even realizing it. Think of these 30 days as a launch pad, not a destination. You've built momentum, gained clarity, and proven to yourself that you are capable of change. Now it's time to carry that momentum forward. Reflect and celebrate. Start by reflecting on what you've learned. Look back over the past month and ask, what worked well? What surprised me? Where did I struggle? Reflection turns experience into wisdom. Without it, you risk repeating the same mistakes. Take time to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Each habit you built, each fear you faced, and each day you showed up is proof that you can shape your future. Design your next 30-day challenge. Create a new challenge for yourself. It doesn't need to be as intense as the first one, but having a clear focus keeps you from slipping into autopilot. Perhaps you want to improve your finances, deepen a relationship, or learn a new skill. Pick one area of growth and design a simple daily plan, just like you did in this first month. Reinvention thrives on focus. Each new target creates a cycle of constant improvement. Raise your standards. As you grow, raise your standards. The habits that got you here may not be enough to take you further. Be willing to outgrow old versions of yourself. For instance, waking up 30 minutes earlier may have built discipline this month. Next month, aim for an hour earlier or add another challenge to your morning routine. Growth happens when you stretch beyond comfort. Expect resistance. There will be days when you feel yourself slipping back, when old habits sneak in, or when life throws unexpected challenges. This doesn't mean you've failed, it means you're human. The key is to respond quickly, pause, refocus, and recommit. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to regain momentum. Teach and share. Another powerful way to keep reinventing yourself is to teach what you've learned. Share your journey with a friend, family member, or small online group. Teaching reinforces your own growth and inspires others. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people creates a network of support and accountability. Update your vision regularly. Your goals and dreams will evolve. What inspired you 30 days ago may not excite you 6 months from now. Sit down every few months and ask, who am I becoming now? What do I want next? Your life will expand as your vision expands. Don't cling to old dreams out of fear or comfort. Stay curious, stay open, and embrace change. Progress over perfection.
Reinvention isn't about perfection, it's about progress. There will be ups and downs, wins and setbacks. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Even small steps, taken consistently, transform your life over time. Imagine where you could be in 1 year if you continued this process. 12 cycles of focused growth, each building on the last. The person you'll become will be unrecognizable compared to who you are today. That is the power of ongoing reinvention, a life of continuous evolution, growth, and limitless potential. Your journey beyond 30 days. As you close this chapter, don't see it as the end. See it as a new beginning. You've proven that you have what it takes to change. Now it's about choosing growth every day, month after month. The journey never truly ends, and that's the beauty of it. As long as you keep reinventing yourself, your life remains full of possibility. Your future is wide open, and the best part is, you get to create it, one bold step at a time.
Congratulations! You've just completed a powerful 30-day journey, a journey of clarity, courage, and transformation. Over the past weeks, you've proven something incredibly important. You are capable of change. Not just surface-level adjustments, but deep, lasting reinvention. You've shown yourself that you can take control of your life, no matter where you started or what obstacles you faced. Think back to where you were at the beginning. Maybe you felt stuck, unmotivated, or unsure of your next steps. Maybe you carried the weight of old habits, fears, or doubts. But now, you've done something extraordinary. You've taken action. You've cleared the clutter, strengthened your mindset, built discipline, and stepped into a version of yourself you might not have believed possible before. And yet, this is just the beginning. 30 days is enough to create incredible momentum, but real transformation happens when you continue showing up day after day. Reinvention isn't a one-time event, it's a way of life. Every morning gives you the chance to choose who you will be. You decide whether to repeat yesterday or rise into something greater. The most important truth: your past does not define you. Your future is shaped by what you do today and every day after this. It doesn't matter how many times you've failed, how long you've been stuck, or how far away your goals may seem. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Even small, consistent actions compound into massive results over time. As you continue beyond this 30-day challenge, reflect on your progress and set new goals. Surround yourself with people who inspire and uplift you. Build systems that make success feel natural and effortless. There will be tough days, days when motivation fades or life feels overwhelming. When that happens, don't quit. Go back to the basics. Take one small step, then another, and trust that momentum will return. Celebrate your strength. Most importantly, celebrate how far you've come. You've done something many people never do. You've taken responsibility for your life. That decision alone sets you apart. Carry that pride, not as arrogance, but as proof of your strength and resilience. See your future self. Now, take a deep breath and imagine the person you are becoming. See them clearly in your mind. That version of you is not a dream or a distant possibility. They are real and waiting for you to step fully into that identity. Your life is yours to design. The next 30 days, the next 30 weeks, the next 30 years, they are all blank pages ready for you to write your story. Don't hold back. Be bold. Keep growing. Keep reinventing. The first 30 days were the foundation. What you build from here is limitless. Go out there and create a life that excites you, challenges you, and fulfills you. Your future self is cheering you on, and they're ready for you to meet them.